Am I audible?
Yes, yes, yes.
We have amongst us Sir Ramchandra Salgaonkar. Sir is a mechanical engineer from Padri Kosisang College of Engineering with an MBA in marketing from Goa Institute of Management and FDB Management from Indian Institute of Management. He started his work journey as officer at Tata Motors and then became deputy manager at Maruti Suzuki India Limited. From there, he became manager in international business at Power Engineering India Private Limited. For a brief period, he worked as product manager at IFP Industries Limited. He also worked as deputy general manager at Creative Manufacturing Solutions Limited. He founded Amaze Warriors in 2017, and currently he is the investment officer at Goa Investment Promotion Board with the Government of Goa. He has a remarkable journey from 2005 to 2021 with a lot of experience in startups and innovation. He's an amazing speaker, and we know that we have lots to learn from him today. Welcome, sir.
Okay, thank you so much for a very comprehensive and a detailed kind of introduction. I would be talking for next around 45 minutes, and then probably we'll take some questions from you all. Whoever wants or anybody has any doubts, they can clarify. I would request this session to be an interactive one. I know it's very challenging. Today, right from morning 8:30, I've been taking sessions. I just finished at 1 o'clock and then 1 hour was break. So we'll try to make it as interactive as possible. And when I say interactive, I would request you all to speak up whenever I ask you a question. So please do not type anything in the chat box. Just unmute yourself and you can talk. You might not put on your video, but please talk. That is my request. Okay. So let's go ahead. Since it's afternoon time, it will be a good thing for us to begin with a couple of questions. Okay. So all of you all can see 3 pictures over here. I just want any one of you all to just make some sense out of these pictures. So anyone wants to say something on these 3 pictures? Anything that comes to your mind? Kapil? I'm sorry, I don't know if any one of you all would be a faculty member, then please let me know. So Kapil Patel, can you say something on the pictures that you can see? Anything that comes to your mind? Or anybody else? Come on, you have to make it as effective as possible.
So it basically shows the struggle, the hustle that the person has to do.
Okay. Okay, good. Anybody else? What you can see from these 3 pictures? Make sense, connect these 3 pictures and tell me, make out some sense out of it. Pratik? And please don't type. The reason why I'm telling you, please don't type, I have to shift the all have people. Okay. Anything else? What is if you have to do some story and tell me what has happened in this particular slides, what will the story be?
So it appears like in the first picture, the person is exhausted. Then he drinks something or gets something for energy, and then it seems like he has the strength to do whatever he has to do. Like he has running.
Fantastic. Very nice. So you can see in first picture, it's completely exhausted in the desert. He has fallen down, and then he drinks cola, and he starts running. Okay, this is what we can understand. So there was one marketing person from a very famous company, and he ran this campaign, and it was absolutely it was doing very, very well. And he said that let's go and do this campaign in Middle Eastern countries. So he went to Dubai and he did the campaign, and the campaign completely bombed. Means the campaign did not work out. Anybody tell me why? Why did the campaign bomb?
because it kind of projects Arab people as deserted people or something like that. So it's
Okay.
more of an insult. Some people might perceive it as an insult.
Okay.
It totally depends upon the mindset. So it triggers a negative viewpoint. So
Okay.
that's why.
Okay. Okay. Thanks, Mohammed, for being for contributing. Thank you so much. Anything else? The campaign did not work out in Middle East at all, which was super good in other geographies. Come on, Nikhil Rao, Matthias.
So maybe because they are used to that terrain and they don't see it as a struggle, and that's why they
Okay,
didn't get the idea of having to drink the drink to get energy to walk in their own surroundings.
okay, fine. So it did not work out because of one simple reason. What Clarita, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Clarita. You said the person is lying down, he drinks something and he starts running. But people in Middle East, they read from the other side. It's an Arabic script. So if you read from the other side, what is it? Person is running, he drinks something and he's fallen down. Okay, so what I'm trying to tell you all this thing is, please understand that as entrepreneurs, what is applicable or what is doing fantastic in one part of the country or one part of the geography need not be that good in some other part of the geography. So you have to do your detailed analysis as entrepreneurs in a very diligent way for a particular set of people and in a particular geography. Okay, so this is what I wanted to get out from this particular slides. Now next, see again somebody typed in the chat box, they didn't understand it. Okay, okay, please speak up, otherwise I have to toggle between the slides. Okay, next question is, identify these three people. I always show this in all my presentations because I derive a lot of inspiration from these people. Anybody who can identify? Okay, I'll make it easier. They are Kalpana Saroj, Arunachalam, and Venkatesh Iyer. Okay, Kalpana Saroj, Venkatesh Iyer, and Arunachalam. Who are these people? These are entrepreneurs. Kalpana Saroj, child married, sexually abused. She goes back to a very remote town in Maharashtra and current net worth of 100 plus crore. Second person, Venkatesh Iyer, just like you and me, some top IIM or MBA pass out, goes as an investment banker abroad, comes back to India and starts this business, selling what? Vada pav. And third one is the real life Padman. So if anybody had watched the movie Padman, he is a real life Padman. Now, Kalpana Saroj and Arunachalam, not even educated. And of course, Venkatesh Iyer is among us, educated. Why I want to talk about these people or why I always discuss about them is, these people did not have access to the proper guidance, nor largely the education, nor they had access to all the entrepreneurial support system. Like we have so many incubators, there's fire, there are schemes, nothing of that kind, and still they became entrepreneurs. And for us, in the current setting, we have education, we have support, we have schemes, and we have a societal acceptance now. So if I have to give this speech 10 years back, that time probably the societal acceptance was not there. So if somebody had to say that, oh, I'm doing my startup, then people would have criticized him and said that, oh, you do a job, you'll do better. But currently, there is a societal acceptance for doing something on your own. Okay, so the time cannot be anything better than now. If you are purely looking out for a job after this, then I'll come to that point as well. but we are in a very difficult position as of now. Okay, identify this device. This is the last question, and then I go into the core of discussions. This device was first invented by Minolta in 1983. In 1995, it featured on a book, 101 Useless Japanese Inventions. Identify this device. Come on, I need some answers. Joseph, which device are we talking about? Jovan? Jovan? How do I pronounce it?
Sir, it's Jovan.
Jovan. Okay, good. So tell me, what is the answer? What do you think this device is? First invented by Minolta in 1983. In 95, it was featured as 101 useless Japan. Okay, one hint is that everybody has used or is using or at least heard about this. Jovan? Kapil? Come on, if you are not even going to guess, I'm not saying you have to give a right answer, but you can always guess the answers. Matthias?
Sir, chopsticks.
Sorry?
Chopsticks.
Chopstick. Chopstick is
Yes, sir.
chopstick, you're saying? Okay.
Yes.
This is chopstick is probably there in the Japanese literature and history for 1,000 years, I think. Okay.
Excuse me, sir. So is it a camera?
Sorry?
Is it a camera, sir?
Okay, good answer. But you have seen old pictures, black and white pictures of your grandfather and of our old people, olden times.
Yes, sir.
So camera was there before 1983.
Real.
No, yeah, real cameras were there.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody
Yes, sir.
else? Nolan? Hey, come on. Take a guess. Prathamesh?
Radio.
Sir, is it a selfie stick?
Okay, who said it?
Sir, Jovan.
Okay. So it is the selfie stick. Okay. Now, let us go back and understand why I decided to speak on this. Device was first invented by Minolta in 1983. The smartphones which you use, they were invented in 1994. 11 years later. Now, we cannot think about a selfie stick without a camera phone, right? You have to mount a smartphone on a selfie stick and take a picture. But originally, this was invented for something else and featured as, so after 12 years, they said this is useless. And in 2010-15, it became a massive success. Very important for you all as entrepreneurs or people who have ideas. Your ideas could be absolutely futuristic. So this selfie stick was futuristic in nature. In 1983, people must have made fun of that person. Like, what are you working on? Something useless. But 30 years down the line, that became something massive. So if anybody comes to you all and wants to discourage you, or he says that you are working on something which is useless, please think about the humble selfie stick or that person who invented it. So no invention or no idea or no business is useless or outdated. Maybe it's the wrong time that business is being done. Okay. We all know that we need to be innovative, and I am going to talk about innovation as well. And before going on to a few ideas, so Nokia, huge market share at one point of time, and currently now out of the market. What has happened in terms of marketing? Previously, around 20-25 years back, the marketing competition was very straightforward. Straightforward means you have one shop on one side of the road, the other person will come out with another shop of similar kind of a shop or a similar kind of a business. You have one mobile phone company, another person comes out with a similar kind of a company. But in a current scenario, things are very, very different. We'll take the example of a watch. So what is it that is giving a competition to the watch? Which industry? Yes, anyone? It is again the mobile phone. So if I have to ask you all what is the time, probably half of you all will not see your watch, but you all will see your mobile phones. That means that competition to the watch is given by a mobile phone, which was not intended to do. Same thing is for the torch. The light goes off and everybody reaches out to the mobile phone. Nobody reaches out to a torch, means the physical torch. Now, this is important because previously there was a straight competition. You have a shop in the market. Now the competition is from online. Means the playing field is completely changed. This is very important for you all when you all are working as entrepreneurs. 30-40 years back, entrepreneurship was straightforward. But at one point of time, you all may be doing phenomenally good. And all of a sudden, you realize that the business is not working out. I'll take an example. It's a classic example which is there of smartphone versus camera industry. So it took nearly 60 years. So if you can see the sales of cameras from 1951 till the year 2010, 60 years, 121 million cameras sold. In the year 1997, there was a rise of digital cameras. So gradually the market went up and everything seemed to be very, very good. And all of a sudden, what happens is you have the smartphones which come in and the cameras, the digital cameras or the camera sales just going down and the sales entirely crashing. So these two products are non-complementary kind of a products. So a digital camera is a camera, a phone was meant to be operated as a phone. But if you see, there is a competition given by mobile phone, which is not of that particular sector, to a industry. Now there's an issue in the industry getting wiped out completely because of some other device. Very important when you all think and work like entrepreneurs. At one point of time, you may think that, oh, this is in fashion, this is good, this is very nice. And then very next instant, maybe there is a massive change. Are you all following what I'm telling? Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Justin, is it okay whatever is being spoken till now? Justin?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mohammed? Yeah? Okay, good. So let's go ahead. I don't want to discourage you all or something like that, but job situation is a problem. Fall in labor participation is another huge issue, which is that unemployment is fine, but the fall in labor participation means the number of jobs that are created is also going down. So these are some serious issues, but I don't want to talk about it now. Entrepreneurship. It's a fancy word. Okay. Why it is fancy? We think that, oh, it's so good, you're your own boss and stuff like that. But please be aware and please make people aware that entrepreneurship is not these things. No time versus 9 to 5. Don't escape from 9 to 5. It's so boring in office from 9 to 5. Let's be an entrepreneur. Because for an entrepreneur, there is no time at all. anytime he has to work. Holiday is not a holiday. So when you're on a 9 to 5, a holiday is a holiday. You can check with people. Once you switch off your phone, it's over. As an entrepreneur, you can't do that. You can't afford to switch off your phone. With no fixed income, huge pressure from the society, still because you're defying something, then constant innovation is needed. As you know, I've spoken in the last slide, and you are not your own boss. Is it true? Mohammed, is this true? The last statement. If you're an entrepreneur, you are not your own boss.
Yes, it's true.
It's true.
Yes, sir.
But we say that in entrepreneurship, you're your own boss.
Sir, because
How is it true?
you have to work for somebody. If you are working, if you own an organization, you have to work with the government. So you have to keep up with all the pressure. Pressure is going to be there. No
Okay.
matter what stream you choose, there is going to be pressure. And we associate
Okay.
cost with the term pressure. So that is, you
Okay.
have to work under you have to work under somebody at every field. It's not like if you're doing job there only you are having bosses
Okay.
and all. In
Okay, got
entrepreneurship,
it. Yeah.
there are people you have to work under. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So what is meant is, say if you take funding, then you are going to be on your toes. That person who funds you is not going to leave you. He is going to ask you. If you have clients, like I have my consultancy, I take contracts, business consultancy contracts. The minute the money hits into the account, they ask you thousands of questions. So many questions that even I cannot, the bosses must have not asked when I was working. So don't take it to escape from all these things. That is what I'm saying. Entrepreneurship is very different. Of course, you have there is a bit of flexibility in that. You are your own decision maker, and you're a job creator. So these are the perks of entrepreneurship. But don't do it to escape from doing the work. Then it's a big issue. Okay. Now I speak about this generation of ideas. So this is one of the topics that was there mentioned in today's session. How do we generate ideas? And I don't think I have to give you all the process of generating ideas, because I feel you all fairly know about it, how to do it. But let me just talk about 3 different aspects of it. First, ideas need not be new. And whatever I'm talking is completely curated by me. So you'll not find it anywhere in textbook. Like where did Ramchandra get this? Ideas need not be new. So this is something which I have realized over the time. First, there was the bulb, from where somebody added innovation. They said that, okay, fine, let's invent something which gives light but consumes less electricity. Then came the tube light. Again, some amount of innovation, came the CFL. And then again, we are currently in a phase of LED. So LED gives light, consuming a very fraction of power that was consumed by the electric bulb. Now, why it is important is that ideas need not be new. You can take LED and put some more innovation in that, and then you can come out with your next product. So I'm just taking an example of the bulb, tube light, CFL, LED. You can apply this to any product. Take the product which is doing very, very well and add some innovation. This is one way how probably you can come out with business solutions. Second thing, I will talk about this automated blackboard cleaner later on in my slide. But please remember, one solution with multiple applications means currently you have a product which is there, which serves a particular application. You can actually change the application. The product is the same. You change the application, and that is your business idea. Okay. I will come and I'll discuss about this in detail, and think about the ideas around us or the solutions around us. One of them is petrol pump. Now, all of you all have gone to the petrol pumps, right? Now, say you have a Swift vehicle, a Swift diesel. Is it possible for the petrol pump attendant to put petrol in that? Is it possible? Nikhil, you have a Swift diesel and you're busy with some thoughts. And can the person put diesel in your car? Yes or no? Kapil? Jovan?
Yes, sir.
Is it possible for him to put a different fuel in a car?
No, sir. I mean, yes.
He can?
Don't sleep close.
Okay. So that person can put the alternate fuel. Now the reason why he can put a alternate fuel is because there is no way how you can stop it. So if you can put the petrol pump dispensing pump which is there, if has a particular type of a just hold on now, just hold on. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah. So if the pump which is there or the thing that is that dispenses the fuel into your car, it has something that say a Swift petrol car comes and the diesel nozzle doesn't go into the petrol nozzle at all, then it is called as something called as pokayoke, means fail proof. Even if you are lost in thoughts, the diesel cannot be dispensed in the petrol car at all, and vice versa. So these are the things, solutions that you have to build in. And if you come out with such solutions, then the market is huge. All the petrol pumps, they want to buy such kind of equipment or solutions. So please think about these aspects which are very, very important. Now, I just want to discuss about a few startups just to open up your minds. Means the way the things are happening in the world. Let's not be judgmental on it by saying that, oh, this is whether it is workable, whether it has worked, or whether it is profitable or no. So I call this as a creative and a futuristic startup. Russian startup developing billboards that will beam ads from the space. Okay, so what they're trying to do is in the sky, they are planning images and a wider audience can see it. So at night, probably half the world can see if you place something next to the moon. So there's moon which can be seen, and you have a Coca-Cola logo or any other logo. Now, look at the idea, the amount of thought that is being put into this. I'm not again saying that feasibility, economic sense, takers, regulations, all these are there. Whether probably you can do that, you can't do it, who owns the space, all these things are there. But these are very, very futuristic kind of ideas. What does our thought process go when we think about advertisement, billboards, newspaper, you have your radio jingles or television commercials? But look at the thought that is being put in the world. They're planning to do it in the space. Okay, so something very, very significant. Then you have startup with a difference. So you have dogbazaar.org, which is absolutely Indian website. And there is one tab over here called a Dog Ki Shadi. So you have home, shop accessories, pet spa, pet hotel, and Dog Ki Shadi. So look at the thoughts on which people are thinking right now. I'm not saying that you will come out with something similar. What I'm trying to say is that please open up your minds and think aloud. And that is where you will probably come with an amazing solution that solves the actual problem. Okay. Now, most innovative Zuta Labs mini pocket printer. What is so special about this printer? Yeah, Clarita? Can you tell me?
Sir, it's portable, I guess.
Okay, very nice. It's portable. What else? Why it is so absolutely correct. It is portable, lightweight, easily usable, but it is having something which is really massive in terms of innovation.
It can, in near future, it can replace the pen, I guess.
Sorry?
Hello.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody said something. You can replace what? No, I did not get. Who said that? Replace what? Okay, no problem. Okay, who has not? Rachel. Replace pen. Okay, nice. Sai, Rane.
So does it move while printing on its own?
Okay. But how will that have a different purpose? Royden?
So you can print on any surface, right?
Okay, what do you mean by that?
You can use it for branding also.
You can use it for
Branding.
branding.
Yeah,
Okay.
like you want to brand clothes, so you can just use that thing.
Okay, fine. So good. You came very close to the answer. So our traditional printers have taught us one thing, is that the size of the paper should be A4. Most of the cases, you go and you buy a printer, you'll, of course, you can have an argument with me that A3, A0, A1, all the sizes can be printed, but typically you go and buy a printer, it is the A4 size which is there. Now this particular printer, it is lightweight, it is portable, it can move on itself, everything is there, but it demolishes the idea of standard paper sizes, because it hovers around a paper. The paper can be as big as the size of a hall or as tiny as one post-it, and still you'll be able to print on it. That is the innovation what is there. Okay, so we have to think about the innovations what are there in the ideas and how they can be converted into useful business solutions. Now I'll be talking about another 2-3 small aspects. One is, of course, I'll go to the blackboard. So I go to, I'm an examiner at Goa University. So I go and I take internship presentations at a lot of colleges. So I just land in one of the college, that is Verna, Agnel Polytechnic, and they told me to assess uh, the projects. And one of the projects was very beautifully done. It was an automated blackboard cleaner. Means there was a blackboard and they had designed one arm, just like the wiper, windshield wiper. And once the teacher presses the particular switch, the blackboard used to be cleaned. So no need for a teacher to go and using a duster. They had attached a duster on the arm, and that was the board was being cleaned. So how do you think? What do you think about this idea? Is it good? Sai?
Yes, sir.
It's a good idea.
Yes.
Okay. Sridevi?
Yes, sir. It's a good idea.
Good idea. Okay. Rachel?
Yes, sir. It's a very good idea as it reduces the work of the teacher.
Okay. Pratik? Pratik? Okay. So I told them the same thing. I said, brilliant, fantastic. Idea is very good. You just press a button and the blackboard is clean. But there is a problem. The problem is that the idea is outdated. Now, the idea is outdated means I go to a lot of colleges for interactions, and probably you must have also seen in your college. We had, when I was doing engineering way back in 2001 to 5, we used to have overhead projectors, OHPs, wherein the lecturers had a tedious job of writing the slides and then projecting it one by one. Then came our projectors, the electrical projectors or electronic, whatever it is, the projectors which are there, just connect it to your PC or a laptop and you can project. Now there are smart boards. You just connect your computer or a laptop or a pen drive to the smart board, and to erase, you just need a small button to press a button. Everything on the screen is erased. Now, what do we do of this? Rachel, what do we do? Idea is very good, fantastic.
Hello, sir. May I?
To use for glass cleaner.
Yes.
Yes, please go ahead. Yeah, please go ahead. Who was it?
So we can use it for like cleaning window glasses. Like there's a huge probability that a person cleaning the windows
Okay.
and the glasses of the windows has a higher probability of falling down the building or something like that. So there's a risk involved. We can employ machineries, ideas like that to clean glasses of windows.
Okay. Yes, it can be done. So I will take back you to the slide of generating ideas. So we have so one solution, find out some other application. You have a fantastic idea which is there, but it is outdated. What do? You take that particular product. Now you have something and you implement. Now, whatever Mohammed said, let us see if we can practically do it. So if you're saying that on windows, on a high-rise buildings, possible, but a very difficult proposition, because you have to add a lot of innovation in this. You have to add robotics. It has to go like a robot and clean all the windows from outside. I want you all to tell me. So I'm not being judgmental and saying that what is right and this is right and whatever I'm saying is right. Nothing of that kind. I want you to implement this idea as it is to application. As it is. Whatever you said, Mohammed, completely taken. But I want as it is application. Yes,
We can use it.
Yeah.
Sorry, we can use it to like clean windshields of these cars and all.
No, it's already there. Windshield is already there.
Okay.
Okay. So, anybody wants to give a try? Joseph?
Use for painting or something?
Painting. Okay. But in painting, how many times do you paint a wall?
More than
once a
one.
year, maybe. So I want a fixed application. As it is fixed application. So this application was not that the teacher takes the blackboard cleaner with her and keeps on mounting it on the places where all the blackboards are there. It's a fixed application. You're there in a class, it is fixed. It is not a dynamic application. Okay, so the application of it was one of the applications what we can think of is cleaning the solar water heaters. So what happens is solar water heaters are normally mounted on the slopey rooftops, which are difficult to access. So probably if somebody goes with this idea to the people and tells them like, hey, you can mount this on your solar heater, which will clean the glass on it, which will improve the efficiency of your solar water heater, and it will cost you around 2,000 rupees for this particular equipment, and you can do it with ease. I'll give you a switch inside your house. So then probably you can actually have a business out of it. So again, going on to the fundamentals of it, ideas need not be new. Take products which are already existing and you can actually have another application of it, or what we do is we try to sell the small or try to find out solutions among the small ideas. Okay, so that is how probably you will be able to generate a few ideas, and we can build successful businesses out of it. Now, one more thought, what I will be sharing is about the rose business. Okay, so I had to go to a lot of colleges wherein they used to offer flowers. Now there were a lot of issues around it, and let's see how we can solve or overcome it. It's a very simple business idea, non-tech. It's something to do with very small. Anybody can do it. So I used to go to several functions, and they used to give me a rose or a flower as a for the inauguration or as a welcome. Now, what are the problems with the rose or a flower being given? What can be the problems? Nikhil? Okay, Clarita, what are the problems?
So I like emotionally people don't like cutting flowers. That is like one of the problems because they get like dried over the time. So
Okay.
people don't like that.
Okay. So one of the issues for me is let us understand the issue from both the sides, and that is where the solution is a business idea. So from the college side, say I'm coming to Don Bosco College and they have to give me a bouquet of flowers. Now the first thing is that they have to source it, so they have to get it from somewhere. They have to get it from the market. Now there is a logistic issue in getting the flowers from the market. Number one, I know it is very simple. You can say that somebody will just go and get it, but will understand all the pain points in a bouquet being given to the faculty or a speaker who has come. So first is there is a logistic problem. Somebody has to go and get it. Second issue is the freshness. So yesterday the flowers were very good, but today the flowers are not very good. So the degree of freshness varies on a particular day. Third issue is the cost. So can you assure that one rose is going to cost 20 rupees on all the days? No, we can't assure that. So the cost also varies. So of course there are many other problems which are there, but let us focus on only these three. There is logistic problem, there is freshness problem, and there is a price problem. Now coming to the recipient. I get the flower. What do I do of it? Okay, I want to keep it fresh for a long time. I take it home, I put it in water, I keep it. After 4 or 5 days, then I discard it. Now, how do we solve this problem? I told you 4 different problems, 3 on the sides of the people who are giving, and 1 problem for the recipient. How do we solve this? Yes, anyone? Justin? The solution of these problems is actually a business idea. Yes, anybody who wants to say something?
Artificial flowers.
Okay, who said that?
So Muhammad Fahim.
Okay, good. So artificial flowers or paper flowers. Okay. Now, is paper flower solving the problem? Let us make the assessment of it. So our three problems was logistic problem, price problem, and the freshness problem. If, say, Don Bosco College keeps a number of flowers into the stock, and you have to stock it in a proper plastic bag or something, no need of logistics because it's a single time purchase. They purchase it for maybe 3 or 4 months, so they just keep it in stock of theirs. Second one, does the price vary for that particular bought stock? No. So on one day, whatever the price, the same price is on the second day. And third one is the freshness problem. Store it properly. I'm not telling you to store it for 4 or 5 years, but for over a period of 6 to 8 months, there is no problem of the freshness or the quality being degraded at all. So we are solving the problems of the first part. Second part is, as a recipient, I get a paper flower. I can just put it somewhere and it will last for long, or I can return it back to the college. I'll thank them. Thank you so much for considering this, but I'm really not going to use this. Can you please take it back? A live flower, I can't do it. What will the college do out of it? So what we have to do is we have to take all the touch points wherein such inaugurations are being done, and at a very small scale, we can actually go and implement the paper flowers. So I'm not trying to tell you all about the high-tech ideas or we need a website, we need an app. You can have even simple ideas which you can implement in a very, very small scale. You can have an idea that, okay, fine, the roads is having a problem, flowers is having a problem. Like Clarita said, people don't like cutting it. Then offer something else. Like nowadays, even Don Bosco College offers plants instead of it.
Digital flowers also.
Sorry?
Digital flowers.
What is that? It's very interesting to know.
Something
what would
like
be it?
something like an NFT kind of thing, but you have to buy that thing.
Okay. Yes, possible. So what it can happen is it should add value to the giver as well as whoever gets it. Anything that adds value. Okay, so if that is the case, yes, digital flowers can work. It can work. So, or instead of these flowers, can you give something else? So whether you can give a piece of pastry. Now, half of you all probably would be laughing at this particular thing, but probably 6 to 7 or 8 years or 10 years down the line, people might actually do it, just like the selfie stick. So we have to come out with very, very small solutions. The world is full of complexities. We don't want to add any more complexities to the world. Try to get and solve simple problems. Your businesses might not be scalable. You might be operating from a very small areas, but then that would give you all the confidence, and probably then you all will get thoughts of how to scale it up if needed. Okay, so now we are in a phase of work from home. So any business ideas out of this? A lot of people tell me about food. You can supply food, you can supply eatables, but I gave this actual idea to one of the furniture manufacturers company in Goa. Please supply ergonomic table and chair. Now, currently, if I have to tell you all, we are like 24 people, right, including me. If I tell you all right now, switch on your cameras, all of you all, and I'm not going to tell you all, I will understand that half of you all must be sitting in the wrong poses or non-ergonomic. Half of you all may even be lying down on a bed or whatever. We don't know. What we need is ergonomic chairs, because I know it's very difficult. I've been sitting on a chair since 8:30 in the morning. We never did this in office as well. So we need ergonomic chairs and ergonomic tables, proper height. We just don't have to go and buy. Now, half of us will be operating from the dining table. We don't know. The dining table is meant for you to eat food and sit for not more than half an hour. And what we are doing now is we are sitting for 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, and whatnot. So there are a lot of opportunities which come in this kind of scenarios also. Okay, so we need to understand and come out with solutions or business ideas around it. I had 2 startups. First startup was in travel and tourism. I moved out of it. Big mistake, because we just met 2-3 founders and chalo, let's have a startup. We started the company, and then I learned from it. The businesses that you want to start, first do the assessment of what qualities you have of founders. Forget about idea. Idea is secondary. Whatever quality. So one person is very good in operations. One fellow is very good in technology. One fellow is very good in marketing. Those are the perfect mix of the founders. If all the founders are good in everything, then eventually they will fight and they will not get along well. Okay, so while you form the team of founders, please see that the traits and the specializations are different. So one person is outgoing, spoken, one person is very good technically, and so on. Okay, then those startups will last for much longer time. And of course, I have told you all previously also, the best time, okay, the startup schemes, this is actually Goa State Innovation Council, and government supported incubators are there. One is just besides you. There's the ecosystem which is there and changing perception. Now we will study our engineering for 4 years and then probably will go for MTech, MBA. My request to you is, after engineering, I tell this to everyone, invest 2 years in your startup and consider it as learning. You all will go for a 15 lakh MBA from GIM. I'm not trying to discourage you, or even I have done the same thing. I did my MBA from GIM, but at that time the things were slightly different. Now invest your time as if you are going to learn out of it. It will not take you that much amount of money, and you will become an amazing person in terms of learning. So please consider this as a 2 years of learning, or at least a year of learning after your BE, and then you're free to do. You will have time, a lot of time. And if I have to interview someone and he has told me like, okay, fine, I have a entrepreneurship experience of a year or so, then I would always prefer that person, because I know the kind of learning or a different parameters an entrepreneur has to go through. Finance, marketing, operations, is to know everything to be effective. No problem if you have failed. The failure is something very different. Okay. With this, I would like to conclude. This is my email ID and Instagram handle, as well as my phone number. Please WhatsApp to me if anybody needs any help, and I'm open to any types of questions if anybody has to ask me. We have 5 more minutes left, so please feel free to ask me any questions.
Students, if you have any questions to Ramchandra, you can unmute and ask.
Okay, Nikhil, it was quick. I got your invite and I accepted it as well. So good. I
Yes.
like this. You have to be quick. So Nikhil just send me an invite on LinkedIn. Okay. Anybody else wants to ask something? Any doubts or anything that probably I missed out? Yeah.
Ramchandra, I just wanted to ask you, how should now they go about with, generating or thinking about ideas? And because one big activity that is lined up for them at the end of this year is an idea competition. So to participate in that idea competition, what would you suggest that they need to, think, think along and plan?
Okay. So as I already told in the previous thing slide, one thing what I want them to do is first think simple. So we are unnecessarily trying to complicate the things by overthinking. Think very, very simple and think about simple solutions. I was traveling from Margao to Panjim, and we had a problem of this signals. So signals, what happens is like each one is given some time. Of course, now they have changed the timing, and there was a traffic jam on one side because there was a rush, and our signals are not smart signals. So ideas can be so simple that, okay, the signal assesses whether there is traffic movement on which side, and accordingly the times are adjusted. Very, very simple thing, and applicability across the world. So think about something very, very simple. Start working on it as an idea. Product, whether it is built or no, we'll see that later. And try to find out solutions within your domain. Now, what do you mean by domain is first 3 to 4 years of my idea generation, I always thought website, app, and I'm a mechanical engineer. I had to rely on somebody else. So if you can do app development, if you can do website, well and good. If no, then you try to find out what you can do yourself and try to find that particular solution. And of course, there are a lot of ideas around us which you can actually work on. Yeah. Anything else?
Anybody's having a question, students, or can ask, sir? Okay, if nobody is having a question, then we'll wind up here. Thank you, sir, for a wonderful session. I now invite Ms. Clarita to propose the vote of thanks.
Yes, ma'am. On the behalf of Don Bosco College of Engineering, I extend a really hearty vote of thanks to our speaker, Mr. Ramchandra Salgaonkar, who spared time from his busy schedule to grace this session. Today, we had an opportunity to hear from your thoughts, and this will surely help us in the future. I would also like to thank Ma'am Matilda Colasso for organizing this session, as it has been really informative. Once again, thanks to everybody present here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and I look forward for more interactions. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Ramchandra. Hope to see you in person at Don Bosco soon.
Sure. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Have a nice day.